Everybody is here, either in present or by picture. Hello, Craig.
Hello.
By the way, your city hall already is being framed. I bet it's going to be wrapped up before the winter, isn't it?
I hope so.
Okay.
I'm hoping that, yeah. Say, is there any way, Patrick, can you adjust that camera?
Oh, where are the
sorry.
captions?
I'm looking at, there you go. Over, there you go. That's good. Thank you.
And he needs captions.
Oh, just a moment.
I do, especially with Craig being over there.
Yeah, he's getting them.
Good. Well, we'll wait till we have a full accessibility.
Steve, I'm sending them to your phone again. Just a moment here.
He's sending him to your phone, he said.
To my phone.
Oh,
Okay.
this for.
In what form are you sending to my
You
phone?
get an email?
Email, okay.
I'll send it to your email so you can pull them up on your phone.
Oh, there you are. Now, what, do I have to tap something?
Yep, you'll join.
Well, I think I see it there, the ETTPS meet
Yep.
caption the call, okay. There. Oh, I have to ask to join. Now you have to let me in.
Can I grab your phone?
Yeah.
Did you find any others?
Fun? Is it the boat away? Who
Yes, I did.
Where?
Good deal. That's the first time, yeah?
Two changes, two
Have
changes.
you?
Oh, good work.
Oh, right, because where you were just going back and forth and they were meeting maybe or something. Great.
J30 is got power.
I think we're.
I'm waiting for my
Oh,
phone.
okay. Where'd you go?
We're temporarily suspending the meeting while technical issues are resolved.
Swimming?
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah. Super hot. Breezy, just perfect.
Nice.
Couple big thunderstorms rolled through.
You're holding a Pixel 8 in your hand there.
There you go.
Oh, that's
Good
wonderful.
for you. Now it's just a crossing.
All right, the meeting is restored to order. The first item on the agenda is approval of the draft agenda. Is there anyone who wishes to have any change? Hearing nobody objecting to the agenda, the agenda is approved unanimously. With the August minutes, where it came out. August 2. Is there anybody who would like a change in those minutes in any way, or an addition or a correction?
There are some typos.
And they'll get fixed on the way by?
Well, in paragraph 1, 2 changes is repeated. In paragraph 5, Schulte is misspelled. Same sentence, it says, but not sure rather than now sure. And on the back, August meeting should be September. It's just minor stuff, but
With those spelling corrections, is there anybody who objects to the approval of the August minutes as corrected? Hearing none, the minutes are approved as amended unanimously. We turn now to the golf report. Paul?
Yeah, so just finishing up the month of August, we were looking at it to our previous year, which last year was our best year income-wise or intake-wise. And so last month it surpassed last year's August by a little bit, so that's neat. So, you know, our trend just kind of, we keep doing better. It's just not in huge increments, but it is steady. And it's obvious, we have more days where we can see our average daily income, and there used to be a lot of days where it'd almost be like a rain day, there'd be very little activity. But we aren't really seeing too much of that anymore, except for the rain days, of course, that we had in June. And then that did set us back from our previous year a little bit, but we've caught up on that somewhat. I guess I haven't really seen how close we are to that number, but I'm guessing it's going to be probably about maybe $6,000, something like that right now.
6,000 higher than last year?
That we have to make up to beat last year's.
I see.
Because we lost considerable revenue. Our revenue was probably 20% low in June because of all the rain, and we couldn't put out carts, and the course was really, really wet. But that being said, the course has been in great shape all year. We get good comments about it, which, that just means that people are happy with it, and they'll tell other people and continue to come back. So that's been our simple strategy, and it seems to be holding true. It just, it just keeps kind of creeping ahead. Hopefully, we can keep ahead of the cost of money, raising too. So, but we have other things that we're going to be needing. Of course, I've got some quotes on carts. I haven't really submitted them because we keep. I look at some of the things on our budget, like I had sold the club that sprayer last year, so it turns out that that's on this year's budget, or it's on my budget numbers this year. So that takes a bite out of what I'm doing. But I haven't been able to buy new carts for a series of years, and we need to start doing that. We've got half a dozen. Late night carts, we call them. We kind of let them out after 4 o'clock for people to use, and then if they're going to be there after closing time, they can throw them the keys in the box, the key box, and because we aren't going to leave, we have to charge the electric ones overnight, so those have to be in, and our new ones, we aren't letting those out like that at all. We'll need more carts, so I've got to get that in the program. And of course, since we bought our first new carts, they've increased pretty, substantially, like other things have. So that'll be an adjustment. I don't know what that means, but maybe I've been getting 3 each time, and so now maybe it'll be 2. I don't know, but I understand that the situation where we want to try to keep the revenues up to the, we'd like to be in the black. That I don't know, you need maybe another month of play or something. I don't know, but there's some things I'm going to go through with accounting, because I see some different things the way that I read the budget that I'm a little confused on. But other than that, the things we've got going still that we're going to be working on here in the month of September, we've got all this material up there for Cart Pass. We're going to start painting out where those are going to go. Particularly, we're going to start on hole number 2, which was so wet it was, impassable. And then we finally did let people play. It was like, we actually had to put some plywood planks out there so that they could, wouldn't get stuck in the mud holes. And so we're going to try to remedy that situation a little bit with that material. And we've got aerification coming up here. And then, beyond that, we've got
When you say verification, what does that mean?
aerification.
Oh, aeration, okay.
Yeah, aeration on the greens. And so we're kind of, it gets kind of tight because obviously everybody, what happens is the greens get as nice as they can be, and that's when you got to beat them up. So it's kind of a shame everybody complains about that, but those are things we have to do. We'll probably be doing that in the later part of September here. And people would like us to stay open through October, or as much of October as we can, but we have to be conservative on that too, because you always get caught with weather. It always turns real quick. So, we're by October we'll be winterizing and doing all that sort of material, and we'll keep play open for members or visitors too that want to come through. But it'll get to the point where after about the first week of October, we won't be manning the clubhouse, that sort of thing. We'll just be out doing our work and that sort of thing. So that's that. We've got other things recently. We just had repaired the irrigation system, but it went awry again. We just replaced one motor, and now the other motors we've got a problem with. So we went in there the other day, and the fuse was broken, and we took it apart, and the whole fan assembly is all just sheared. We can't figure out what went wrong unless maybe a bearing went out and just shrapneled into it or something. But anyway, we've got some other components that we're going to try to Frankenstein our old motor and see if we can't get it operating somehow. But other than that, we'll be back to having to buy another motor. So and that thing's been in service for a long time, so that's the way that goes. The new motor that we got runs great. So like I say, we're going to try to see what we can do with the other motor. Twinkie's got some parts taken out. We're going to, it looks like we've got some burnt brushes, so we're going to see if it's something as simple as that. And with some luck, that would be the case. But anyway, we'll try that before we go ahead and purchase another motor, which is, I think, above board, Yeah, so other than that, our league's just finished and guys are playing their championship rounds. So yeah, things are going on like that. I mean, I was just up there before I came down, and it was a slow day up there. Really, it's a beautiful day, but it's slow. I mean, it's been slow everywhere, I think, after, it's kind of like the official end of summer, Labor Day. But, up here, I know that Lutzen down there, September's a big month because they have all the leave watching activities with the chairlifts and all that, and all the activities down there. But yeah, it would be nice to try to get in on some of that. We've had good support this year from out of town play, and a lot of Canadian play. We've got the new beer that's been going over good. I mean, we've noticed a lot less contraband in our garbage cans and stuff like that. Although it's people will be people, and that's probably always going to be there. So,
What qualifies as contraband?
Brand X beer.
Things people have brought on that they weren't supposed to.
Well, that were not purchased from us, that's that they're not supposed to do that. Yeah. So, yeah. Other than that, we've got pizzas, those have been, they've been going pretty good. They're really good. Everybody that's had them really liked them. I just hauled up, it's kind of different, but I just hauled up a pinball machine and two, like Miss Pac-Man, and I forget the other one, Galaxstar or something, these big old 80s games, that were in the bars and stuff. So I've got those in the clubhouse. They're kind of cool.
They aren't particularly noisy to play, are they? Except for the voices of the players, the machines?
Yeah, I'm not sure if we can mute those or not. Maybe we can if we want to, But otherwise, like the Pac-Man one makes a kind of gurgle, it makes some noises. Everybody recognizes the sounds, or when you fail, it goes,
Yeah.
And anyway,
Is it Pac-Man or Miss Pac-Man?
Miss Pac-Man,
Okay.
It's a favorite.
I
yeah,
love it.
That'll be about 1980.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So it'll be a little retro rush there. Anyway, we want to continue to try to make the clubhouse a little different obviously we've got our members that hang out and play golf there all the time or whatever, and that's great, but we want to, the visitors that come, they see that steel guitar saying, oh, I've never seen a clubhouse with that. So that's kind of what we want. We want to have a little different scene. I think next year, I've been playing out in these bands out in Duluth or whatever. I think next year I'll just stay up here and just get my own band, We'll just play up there, and then people can hang out or whatever. It seems like there's some interest in that from visitors. I don't know. We'll check it out. But we've got to, once again, we're kind of going through our deck up there, trying to clean that up and it's a really neat deck, so I think we'd like to use that more. And, but that's the whole thing. I mean, it's a little different than golf, but some of the people that are visiting, maybe they're gonna stay longer and hang out a little bit, or maybe they'll come back just to hang out, or, things, we'll try to change things a little bit and see if it brings in new business, something a little different.
Anybody have questions or comments they'd like to make?
So what does it cost to play the Ms. Pac-Man?
Well, it's a quarter slot in there. We have it, it was family owned, so we have that deactivated, but we probably could activate it, I think we'll get people hooked on it, and then we'll.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
well, for some of us, it's kind of, I mean, still there,
Yeah, so it's, anyway, yeah, that'll be kind of fun. We've got to get those tuned up a little bit. I guess there's somebody in town that my wife knows up from up here that tunes those up, so.
It's a hot-wired quarter slot you
Yeah.
got. That's great.
So we're talking,
That's for credit cards.
so we're talking pizza, live music, beer, and Miss Pac-Man.
Yeah,
And what's wrong there? It all sounds great.
And
Parties.
golf.
Oh, golf. right. Oh, yeah, golf.
yeah.
Well, this is
right.
after hours I'm talking.
Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, maybe we'll get somebody in a pizza suit out in the corner with a flipping sign. I don't know.
When the season is over, Paul, I wonder if you could write up a summary of what we're doing for marketing and advertising online and print and so forth, and include in the report things that people have proposed we do, but we're not doing, and the costs that might be associated with that, as
Yeah.
well as a summary of the costs that we're spending now.
Yeah, and I've not done a good job on the marketing end. I mean, we've tried a few different things. I think it's as simple as getting on and doing, being on Instagram, Facebook, and those sort of things. And I haven't got it set up to where I would know what I'm doing. So there's a gal here that does that. She sent me kind of a program on it, kind of a price menu, what they do. I'm kind of thinking that we try to get something going through her. And,
Would December be a reasonable time for that report?
well, yeah, I think so, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's put that on the agenda for December.
Okay.
Is my dog making noise?
No,
It-
not now.
It was out in the hall, but now it's back here. It's just kind of roaming
We
around.
should close the door, maybe.
That's probably a good idea.
Here.
I have a hobble on it. Okay,
Well, I know Craig will probably update us on city council news about marketing for the liquor store, the new liquor store in particular. They're interested in creating a website and doing some next level marketing. And I believe the same Sweetwater, Molly Larson is going to be helping out with that, with the liquor store. And I've had some, discussions with the administrator about getting in on that, pooling our enterprises, and just what you're suggesting too, Steve, where we've got the library and the campground, the marina, and the golf course, and the liquor store, to get that all under one umbrella of marketing would be effective, and we can work with Sweetwater on that.
Yeah, maybe you could have a muni golf tournament or something, something that would give
In the sh-
variety. and-
in the short run, it might be good to put up a 8.5 by 11 piece of paper that tells people who come to the liquor store that there's a golf course nearby.
Or,
Wouldn't
yeah,
cost much.
or by the same thing, another idea for marketing I saw is a good idea, and this works best on new carts, of course, but, you can do these shrink wrap things, how they wrap cars even, and you can put advertising on that. So, you could put something for the liquor store on that, or other people that want awareness, you got the cart sitting out there, it'd be like, oh, I'm driving the whatever cart today, I'm driving the Bucks Hardware cart or whatever. So, that might be a good thing too.
Okay? Any other comments about the golf report before we move on? Anything more you want to add, Paul or Dave? Okay,
Paul.
we'll check off the golf
Thanks, Paul.
report and move on to the city council report. Craig?
Yeah, thank you. see, I'll just go down some of the stuff was on the consent agenda, and one of the things we talked about was, we did a new hire, which was kind of nice. We found a gentleman, Scott Warner is his name. He is going to be the wastewater plant manager for the city, and I think he is currently up in Grand Marais right now getting some education about the facility that we have. We moved up here from New Prague, and I believe he may have bought a house and he's moving in up here, so that was a good positive note. It was a good hire to find, and he's experienced and he's done this kind of job before, so that's kind of nice. Another item that was on the agenda was the liquor store marketing that we did talk about. Something that's new to the liquor store to get into a marketing endeavor with Sweetwater, but now that we talked about it and Dave brought up the fact that maybe we could combine some efforts here. I know that there's, I can't quite remember what kind of budget we're looking at. Was it totally around 6,000 or 8,000 or something like that, Dave?
Yeah, for the rec park, and then the golf course is about 3,000.
Yeah, but with the liquor store, was that about
There, I don't know, Craig. That's the budget I don't know.
Okay, I can't remember. But anyway, yeah, I think combining all three entities with them would be a smart thing to do. Then you're basically, covering bases for the city. And, there's some really, I think, cool things you could do with the golf course. Like, you could do drone footage. You could do all kinds of things that could be, part of that whole advertising gamut that we put together for the rec park and the liquor store and the golf course. Anyway, let's see what else. The other item was the Oakland preliminary plat, resolutions 2024-37 and 2024-38. This would have been our second. This was our second meeting on that plat, and this meeting was to have a vote to approve the project or deny the project, and how the vote the final vote was to not approve the project, partially because of a lot of questions revolving around the infrastructure issues, the road issues, the traffic issues. Those are some of the issues that came up during the first city council meeting. And also, these issues came up during the planning and zoning part of it too. But they really didn't get addressed until city council kind of started asking questions about it. So where does that leave that project? Well, where it leaves it currently is we did move ahead with a 3rd Street feasibility study that we are sending off to our engineers. LHB is going to look at a 3rd Street feasibility of maintaining or fixing that street up to see what it would cost to make it a better road, a better egress area for that project, and also for other land in that area on 6th Street that doesn't really exist, and the vacant land that's along that street. So that's kind of where that project is at right now. We did touch on a little bit of the 2025 budget. We've looked at some numbers. We don't have all of the numbers there yet, but the next meeting, I think we're going to be looking into setting a preliminary budget, which would be something that we can set, and then when we move ahead to finalize, we set a number, then we finalize, and we can't go above that. So we can look at more finite numbers to actually arrive at where our budget's going to end for moving ahead in 2025. But right now, we just kind of looked at it. We didn't set any preliminary numbers until our next meeting.
What you're talking about,
What else is
Greg,
it?
is the levy limit?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it'd be the
okay.
levy, setting the levy for 2025. We just looked at some numbers that we currently have. We don't have all the numbers because we didn't, of course, we have another month of rec park, we have another month of, 2 months of liquor store, well, you know, to the end of the year. We didn't have the September numbers in front of us, so, next week, or at the end of September, we'll have better numbers to work with so that we can set a preliminary, levy, which we won't act upon until the end of the year, which would, then it would be finalized. What else? I think that's pretty much, everything. Oh, there was another item on the consent agenda was the City Hall, the green roof. And as it turned out, the roof that's gonna be on City Hall, there were some monies available that we did obtain that actually does cover the cost 100% of installing the green roof on the building, which was kind of nice news to us because we weren't sure. We kind of left that out of the budget when we were putting that together, not knowing exactly how much that was going to cost. But we did manage to get some monies that would cover the cost of that roof, which was kind of a nice thing to hear.
Where did,
What's that?
where did the money come from?
Was it soil and water? Was that part of it? And then there might have been a grant. I can't remember. Oh,
It's not credit
yeah,
card.
I might have made notes on it. I had a lot of notes. A lot of the notes were on the building project, but, let's see. I know that it was in the consent agenda, and we wanted to pull it out of the consent agenda for discussion, and that's why we did that, because we wanted to know, how was that getting taken care of, and it ended up being, green roof, 150,000, yeah. All I have is here, it wasn't adding any money to the cost of it, stormwater plan, I think because of the stormwater plan for the project, it's part of that money that's available through stormwater management. So that's how that got paid for.
Very nice.
So yeah, that's all I have.
Any questions or comments people have about the city council report? Parks report is up next.
Pick one, pass the time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you. Well, so August is in the books. It's our second busiest month. July is actually the busiest, but there was pretty good revenue, 1.8% over 2023 was the good news there. And that puts us year-to-date 1.3% over 2023. So, positive news, but really a bit of a dip in occupancy when we consider our 5% rate hike. And the biggest driver there is June, similar to Paul's tale of being down 20%. I think we were down about 13% in June, right? Remember all the rain, and end of the month we had sites closed and lots of cancellations. So probably missed June by close to $50,000, and that's hard to make up when July and August we run at about 90% occupancy, and it's, when you're full, you're full. But, still strong, really strong through the next few weekends. We've got Radio Waves coming up this weekend, Fall Colors setting in. We've got Unplugged the weekend of the 13th, and then the Fall Color Rush towards the end of the month has got us solid books for the weekends. Midweek, we're seeing a little softness. I was just enjoying the 60% occupancy that we're at tonight, because we haven't seen that number since June. So, yeah, definitely some breathing room, but,
What does it mean to strip the ball field parking lot for the?
Stripe?
Radio
Sorry, might have meant striped.
Radio Waves paragraph.
But yeah,
About
so-
stripping the ball field parking lot.
No, we stripe it. My bad.
Striping.
Yeah. It's like we take our chalker from
Aha. Let's take another P out of the report.
so we take our little ball field chalker that lays down white stripe lines and make lanes so people park more efficiently.
Thank you.
Yep. But yeah, Radio Waves coming to the Sweethearts Bluff starting Friday afternoon, 4 p.m. running through Sunday afternoon, which I think is a later schedule. Usually you guys wrap up Sunday midday, but looks like 2.5 days of fun and good weather, and the tent is
Perfect
already
weather.
set up. Perfect weather.
Weather.
Great big tent already set up. Lots of more to come. We'll be hooking up power, I think, tomorrow, Thursday. Vendors coming in, couple local food trucks, coffee trailer. So nice festival to host, as it's the 17th annual, or not annual, but
17th.
17th, yeah, with the
Wow.
COVID break.
17th annual, though we did it just, we're not there.
Okay, we'll call it
So,
annual.
But we had it.
Yeah. Yeah, so that'll be fun to have everybody back in the park. A lot of locals come down for this, take out campsites as well. It's kind of a local party. But some big acts, I'm sure will be attracting a lot of day users from the region, and we are ready for it. Our staff will be standing by and able to assist as needed. Of course, we put out extra garbage cans and recycling bins and be making the rounds on those. And then, Unplugged weekend really doesn't affect us too much. Next door at North House is the weekend after, and we'll be full, but not supporting that event actively, like Radio Waves. We got to, give a huge thank to our team right now. Our school-aged, younger seasonal staffers are off to school and college, and really did a great job when we were the busiest, June, July, and August. We really count on those kids to clean bathhouses and check people in and do all our services that are intense during the peak season. And so we thank them for their work. And luckily, we got the core group of seasonal adult staff that are sticking it out and be active throughout the next 2 months. And we really thank them. We're actually having a picnic appreciation party, something Patrick always throws for us every year on the 18th. There'll be a nice little grill out down at the pavilion for all the staffers. And so I just always can't say enough positive about my team, and I want to give a public thanks to them. And then lastly, the city tree board has been seated. This was, I think, last month. The council appointed a couple citizens at large, and Bill Lavas is the council rep on the new city tree board. This is largely in effect for the relief grant program that was secured earlier this spring through the state program to inventory the trees in town and develop a forestry management plan. And so we're just doing a public awareness on this open house that's coming up next Thursday, the 12th, up at the community center, log cabin building, 4 to 6. Event's free, open to the public. Get a chance to network with the tree board and talk about the upcoming tree survey, which will be an effort to inventory the trees throughout town, both public and private.
I've never lived in a city that had more trees per person than Grand Marais. Tell me a little bit more about what it means to do a tree survey, why we bother with it, are we looking to getting rid of down trees so that we don't have fire and that sort of stuff?
I think so, Steve, yeah. So as I say, it's a part of this relief grant program that's, I think, a DNR-funded program, and it's to be, I think, good stewards of the land. I mean, there's the hazardous tree removal. I think the Mayor Tracy Benson initially, when she applied for this program, was looking for ways to assist private property owners with dealing with hazard trees, particularly dead, dying, wind hazard trees, trees in the right-of-way, power lines, all of that stuff. We want to get a sense for the inventory on that.
Does that mean that where my neighbor has a bunch of trees, some of which are old, somebody will come and look at that at some point?
I would hope so, yeah. That's part of this tree board. And so our facilities manager, Aaron Poznanovic, is a forester by training. He actually has a degree in forestry. And so he'll be our staff liaison with the tree board. He also has GIS mapping skills. And so he'll be working with the tree board and the other professionals that'll be developing this plan. And yeah, it's all designed to help out both the citizens and their private trees, as well as the public trees, certainly the trees in the right-of-way, the Highway 61 trees in the park as well, will all be mapped and assessed. And
We had 2 trees come down in the last couple of years. One hit our garage, the other hit the driveway. I think the neighbor paid for them, but
Yeah, that's just, and so that's exactly the kind of storm event stories that we're looking for, I think. And, you know, anecdotally, that's, everyone's aware of that because of these recent windstorms and the power outages and trees on roofs. And we've had some pretty big storms lately. And so this is an effort to respond to that and give citizens some tools and resources to manage their trees better.
anybody have any more input on trees?
Do we have to count our own trees, or will they come and count our trees?
I don't know exactly yet, Bob. I'll have to attend this and find out. I think, I can't answer that directly, but I'm guessing there'll be professionals doing the count. And whether they use aerial photos or site visits or a combination of both, I could see that.
More details presumably are available at the meeting on September 12th at the log cabin.
Yep,
Yep,
yep.
then you have to go to the meeting.
Well, I'll have a follow-up next month on it.
Oh, good, thank
It's
you.
an ongoing effort. It's a, you know, the tree board is new. The grant is gonna be available to be used up. It's gonna hire a professional firm that'll manage the forestry plan, or develop the forestry plan and the tree inventory, so we'll be, counting on
Ever
them.
since the city told us to mow the boulevard we don't have, I've been real touchy about this. Right, Patrick? Right.
You have been.
I've been touchy. Yeah.
yeah, well, we care.
Well, somebody cares, but the right people don't care enough.
Yeah. Well, this is an effort. This is a good one. So get the word out on this to your friends and neighbors
Yeah.
next Thursday.
I don't like the way WTIP's boulevard looks. Who can I talk to about that?
Patrick.
Patrick?
All right, and if I didn't already say, we're open for full-service camping through October 20th. That's the Sunday of MEA. 'Cause that's kind of the common question now on the phones and emails, or when do you close? And actually, we never close, we only winterize, and that'll be when freezing temperatures are forecast and/or October 21st.
Yeah, we did, when we were walking our dogs in the winter, we saw some winter campers that were coming through. I presume they all checked in with you.
Hope so.
Just a comment, Dave. I'm a kite flyer, so I go down to the new boat launch where there's lots of room to fly kites, doesn't matter which way the wind's blowing. And your staff has been really nice. I mean, chatty, agreeable, pleasant.
Oh, good,
Like, I see you're flying kites, and then they talk about flying kites. And
yeah,
not everybody takes that seriously, but
yeah.
the times I've been down there, they're really pleasant.
Well,
I
like
mean,
I say, we got a great team.
Yeah,
Great
it's really
personalities.
impressive, yeah,
People who care.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
really lucky to have them.
yeah.
And I'm pleased that you're,
Got some good kite stories,
Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe we could generate more business by having kite flying competitions.
Well, I'm not sure we have to compete, but just the presence of kites in the sky is a little bit festive.
Yes.
You know, I had one up today until it went down right in the middle of the bay. And I had to haul the poor thing in. But it looks really neat down there, you know?
Yeah.
And it doesn't block traffic, and your staff appreciates it.
I don't suppose there is any money in the budget to pay you for flying your kite.
No, I will fly my kite for free, as I always have. All dozen of them.
Wow.
Any more discussion or questions regarding the Parks report? Oh, the budget, you've sent the city some proposals. I don't think we've seen them. We probably ought to look at them on,
yes, I'm waiting to get those back. As Craig alluded to, they're just preliminary right now, so I did a scratch, pencil version to our finance person, and I haven't seen the official,
when you get
spreadsheet,
the
but when I
printed
get it, I'll
version,
forward it along.
you can send it to us by email if you want.
Be happy to.
Okay. Anything else about parks? Next item is old business. Is there any of it? How about new business?
Actually have a question.
Yes. We'll go back to parks.
No,
No.
old business. Any more, have you heard anything more about that art installation?
The Driftwood project is gonna go to the CEC this month. So
Oh,
the September meeting of
Oh.
the CEC, I have a feeling will be very intense with,
design and all
Yep.
that,
yep,
okay.
and continued discussion amongst the CEC members on, you know, I think a lot of what we talked about last month, the actual details of what would actually look like and how big and where and all that, we're gonna have a big CEC meeting on that this month
Okay,
and see where that goes.
and you're
Well,
on that.
Mhm.
You're
To
on.
summarize,
Ad
we're
hoc.
waiting for a more well-formed proposal.
Mhm, exactly. Yeah.
All right, any new business? There being none, is there anybody who wants to not adjourn? All right, it appears that we are adjourned. Thank you all.
Perfect.
Yep,
Thank you.
Thank you.
thank
Thank you, Craig.
you.
Thanks, Greg.
And